Since I've gotten a lot of engagement across my videos around why men are not approaching women and the ways that I've been exploring this topic, a friend of mine actually sent me a video.
Before we dissect exactly how this entire argument fell apart under the slightest bit of pressure, smash that subscribe button right now and join the network for your daily dose of objective reality. Now, look at the precise moment her logic completely leaves the room.
Some women are like, yo, what happened to men? Like, none of them approach us anymore. Like, and I'm not gonna go approach a man. Like, this, what the fuck happened? Like, how are we supposed to date? They don't approach you because women have made it so fucking difficult for guys. Where if a guy even says, wow, you're so beautiful, you look very beautiful today, they'll literally look at him and be like, ew. Who the fuck wants to deal with this? Who? No one. That's why nobody's fucking approaching your ass. Okay? No one. Like, I've seen it. I fucking seen it. With women just being like, ew. And it's like, yo, you could literally be like, you know what? No, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm flattered. And if they don't leave you alone, just keep it walking. Keep it moving. Keep it fucking moving. You don't gotta be a fucking bitch. You really don't. And that's why guys don't approach women anymore. That's literally why.
What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know what you think down below in the comments.
And girls are so annoyed by the fact that guys don't come up to them, that like exactly what you guys are saying. They're like, it's so annoying. What's happened with the culture where like guys don't walk up to you and say something?
But would it be different if a girl kept smiling at you and you're like, oh, okay, like you could tell she's interested?
Yeah, if I felt like I had it, if I had it in, then, you know, maybe you'd be more confident going up and speaking to him.
Yeah, like if I made eye contact a few times and I can see there's a vibe there, then it's like, okay. But if I can't establish there's a little something beforehand, it's like, it's a little...
Yeah, because I think that's when the girls get more pissed, because they're like, we were making eye contact all night at a bar, and then he just like never came over, and then we left.
That's fair, that's fair.
Since I've gotten a lot of engagement across my videos around why men are not approaching women and the ways that I've been exploring this topic, a friend of mine actually sent me a video. It was like 25 minutes where this narrator was talking about like 11 different reasons as to why men will not approach anymore. To summarize, they kind of boil down to the fear of being called creepy, how now rejection is something that happens in public, not in private, can also risk, you know, a man's reputation because women can sometimes twist a story or make men out to look like the bad guy when they were just trying to put themselves out there. The video also talked about how technology has like stifled us socially and we've lost the skill set to approach in public. Another one was about how there's now mixed messages around what's appropriate depending on the subjective perspective of whether or not someone's attractive, which I've definitely seen a lot of comments on this app about, like, oh, well, it's not creepy if I'm, you know, an attractive person, but it's creepy if I'm not considered attractive. Also, another big one was around how cultural narratives have now shifted, like women expecting men to approach, but then at the same time being very standoffish and not like showing that they want to be approached. So it's giving men mixed messages, like all of these reasons, and I'm summarizing very quickly here, but literally all of them honestly makes sense, and it makes me really sad because I do think that to a degree women do play a part in confusing men. Like, I'm here on this app being like, approach in public, approach at the gym, we want you to do all these things, but then men are hearing my videos and they're like, what are you talking about? Like, women don't want that. Women have explicitly told us we don't want that. And I'm sure there are some women out there that probably have said that, and I am, you know, on this app saying the complete opposite thing. So of course it must be confusing and infuriating for most of you. But what I would hope you take away with at the end of the day is that you cannot control other people. All you can do is control yourself. And if you know that you are acting with respect and with kindness towards someone and you have the best of intentions and you're doing something in a way that is not making someone feel unsafe physically or emotionally, like that is the best you can do. And if someone is not vibing, they're just not your cup of tea and you are not their cup of tea, and that's fine. And you just have to learn to walk away and to move forward and to not let the continuous like rejections or things that like don't feel good stop you from continuing to put yourself out there. Like, that is it. You just have to keep putting yourself out there and shooting your shot and being okay with things not going your way all the time.
What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know what you think down below in the comments.
I have a question for everyone that lives in Austin, Texas. Specifically the men that live in Austin, Texas. Why the fuck are you not going up to girls and approaching them anymore? Why is your favorite activity to just sit and stare at a girl like this? You're glitched, like you're loading. I spent the last 2 years of my college studying abroad in France, where the men would just come up to you on the street and propose. To go from that level of attention to coming back to Austin and having men that are so feminine that they won't even approach you at a bar unless they're blackout drunk was an insane culture shock. I can't go from men coming up and asking me to marry them to this in Austin. So let me know which dating app I should get on, because apparently I can't meet anyone here in real life in Austin. Hinge is way too basic. Everyone complains about it. It is not good anymore. Poppy is the only other app that I've heard good things about, but I've been waiting 3 weeks for an access code, by the way. Do I keep waiting? What do I do? Because I'm trying to find the love of my life out here.
Men don't really approach women in the wild anymore. This is something that is very common. We all know this at this point. Dating apps, shout out. I understand it can be intimidating, but I just got a really good compliment. And it wasn't even like a good compliment. It was just like a good segue to like have a conversation. This guy, very kindly, I could see him staring at me and I'm like, oh, here we go, you know? And he just goes, I really like your dress. And that was it. And then he left me alone. And if he had kept going with the conversation, would I have talked to him? Yeah, because that was normal.
Oh, how did I meet your father? Well, he slid into my DMs with a fire emoji and I just knew that was it. Oh, how did we meet? It's a funny story. Should I tell it? He commented gym mommy underneath my leg day post, and honestly, it was so refreshing. Oh my gosh, I actually love telling the story of how we met. He actually sent me a TikTok at 11:11 p.m. and he said, this made me think of you. Oh my gosh, I knew he was interested right away when he liked one of my posts from 2022, and I was like, this guy really is doing his research. And now we're in love. You wanna know how we met? TikTok's algorithm kept pushing me to his For You page, so shout out to Destiny and TikTok.
I read a stat today that said 45% of young men ages 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person. Now, first of all, I know a couple of these guys. I know a lot of these guys, so I think the number is pretty accurate. I'm a 22-year-old, so maybe it's a little bit skewed, but I think it's pretty accurate. And what everybody says is like, oh, the male loneliness epidemic, blah, 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 mental health is deteriorating, which is true, but a lot of it seems to me, at least speaking from the people that I know who are like this, who will never talk to a woman in person, is they expect it to just happen. Just like everything else in their life, it's just going to happen somehow eventually. Or the woman's going to approach them or something. Because that's traditionally, no, a woman hasn't approached a man, but traditionally the system is set up to where the man kind of gets to pick and the women don't. Now, of course, that's not how it is. The women have to pick, the women get to pick. And so when the men refuse to go talk to the women, these people, the 45% of people, which is a crazy number, by the way, now they rely on a system that isn't working for them anymore and instead working with them. And that's how this happens. I don't know. I think it's only gonna get worse with AI, because now instead of approaching someone, you can just build a chat bot on your phone to do that. It's really gross. It's disgusting. Anyway.
Sassy man apocalypse, this, that, whatever. No, shy man apocalypse. You know what's low-key been giving me the ick recently? Not that you ask or care, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. The art of approaching a girl in public has died. I've got 2 bones to pick. Number 1 is men who see you in public and then reach out to you on socials the next day instead of just coming up to you. Like, honestly, it's good intention, but no, it's just such an ick. You have to like hide behind your phone and you can't just like come up to me. Like, I'm 5'4", I'm not that intimidating. Additionally, this one irks me even more, but men who add you by search on Snapchat without asking for your Snapchat, whether they saw you in public or they saw you on Instagram or whatever it may be, like, I didn't give you my Snap, number 1, kind of just crazy that you found it. I mean, it's not that hard to find, it's literally my name. I don't know, to me it's like if you see me on Instagram, like DM me. If you see me in person, start a conversation with me. The last thing I want you to do is just out of the blue add me on Snap. Me personally, I don't add any randos back on Snap unless I like know them. So yeah, that's my little rant for the day. Not that this will change it, but just putting it out there.
Women are confused why men don't approach them anymore, but they're the ones who train men to stop. I keep seeing these videos of women crying about how men don't pursue them or chase them like they used to. And honestly, we need to look at what we did to create this, because who would have thought that our actions have consequences? First of all, we set impossible standards. You want a man who's 6'2", making 6 figures, looks like a model, but what are you bringing to match that energy? Second of all, we made viral content out of humiliating men for trying. Every time a guy shoots his shot, there's a TikTok making fun of him. We literally train them that approaching us equals public embarrassment. And here's the biggest one. Too many women nowadays are operating in masculine energy. Thank you, feminism. That we've become completely unapproachable. You're closed off, you're not receptive, and you're giving off don't even try vibes, then wondering why nobody tries. We taught men that approaching women is harassment, then act confused when they stop approaching us. You can't train someone to leave you alone and then be mad when they actually do. If you want to be pursued, start being pursuable and stop shaming men for doing so.
What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know what you think down below in the comments.
Okay, can we like really talk about for like 1 minute, like why are men not approaching women in the bars anymore? Like, are you guys really that scared? Because we strictly go to the bars because we literally want to be approached. Like, I'm not there just to like hang out with my friends. Like, yes, I want to see my friends, but like, I am also there because I want to talk to people. I feel like the whole like, oh, I've been rejected once and like now I'm terrified. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what they all effing say, and I'm like, okay, fine. Thinking they're gonna like meet your wife.
No, right? Like, just try.
Like, have
like,
them being single.
Have you guys not been rejected by other things in your life, like a job or whatever, like school?
And you keep applying. Like hello.
Like, we're not gonna bite. Like, we want to be approached and we want to talk to. Like, just read the room.
You're gonna find the right girls that are either yes, I'll entertain you for the night, or I'll go out on a date with you, or I'll fucking marry you. Like,
literally.
At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just like fucking make a move, and who gives a fucking shit?
Because you're always gonna be in the same spot. I also feel like, oh, you guys have to remember, like, all girls, all they want is to be in a relationship or to be married. Like, that's like a lot of girls' goals. So it's like, you can, like, if you're approaching the wrong girl, then yeah, she's probably gonna reject you. And like, I'm sorry if it's in a mean way, but like, at the same time, it's like, know what you're approaching and know what your league is in order to approach, and then make sure that you guys, like, she's looking at you or something. Don't just like cold approach her. Then you might get rejected. But like, just remember that girls want to be approached.
I feel like the art of approaching women in public is dead. I was having a conversation with some guy friends that rely on the dating apps, and I told them there's some great women that are not on the dating apps. So what do you know, the only way to meet them is in real life. So we have to start approaching more women in real life. Do it at the grocery store, do it at a wellness event, do it at the gym, like obviously in a respectful manner, but just do it. You know, I feel like men aren't doing that anymore. But they said that sometimes women don't take it the right way, or maybe like they don't let them down in a nice way. And I feel like I do have to talk to my fellow ladies, okay? Now, if they do it in an unrespectful way, or if they're creepy, or you know what I mean, like I totally understand like, you know, being disrespectful back. But if they genuinely came up to you and just tried like in a respectful manner to approach you, like that took a lot of guts, okay? So don't be mean. Like, I feel like there's definitely ways to let a guy down easy. Like, if he's not your type, I totally get it. I'm not saying you have to talk to him, but like, you know, I feel like I put myself in a man's in a man's shoes, and I'm like, if I saw a beautiful woman, and I was just like, just do it, just say something, and I approached her and I just said something, and she was like no, like just imagine, then that's gonna make them want to do it less, right? And so I heard this on a podcast actually. Then what happens is now he's gonna be discouraged to do it again. And what if the next girl that he would have done it to was like his proper, you know, his match? Now I'm on the girl side 100% always. Like, I'm a girl's girl through and through. I'm just saying, as women, my single ladies I know are absolutely done with the dating apps. Like, I know that back when I was single, like a long time ago, I tried it like once or twice. I absolutely hated it. I was like, there's nothing worse than truly like not catching someone's vibe right away. And that's what I don't like about the dating apps. You automatically in person, you can tell if a guy has like the wrong intentions, or if he's creepy, or if he's there for the wrong reasons, you know what I mean? But in person, right away, you can know, okay, I'm gonna go on a date with this guy or not. And your intuition might be wrong. Like, you know, if you meet him in person, you might end up going on a date with him and it sucks, but it's different. And I think both men and women know that. So the message here is, men, you need to start approaching more women in public, okay? And listen, if she rejects you, if she says no, she just wasn't the one for you. It's as simple as that, okay? And women, if they do approach you, in a respectful, kind, intentional way, let's let them down easy.
What are your thoughts on this video? Let me know what you think down below in the comments.
When men stop approaching you, when you stop getting countless of just random DMs from men, you've made it. You've reached that girl level, the baddest of baddests of bitches. When you don't get approached by men. Yeah. When you have this intimidating aura of this woman who respects and loves herself, like this woman who, yeah, you can't play with her. Oh, I feel it from the way she speaks, how she is as a person, and yeah, that is when you know. It's honestly a really, good thing when you don't get approached. Yeah, period.
The argument that men never approach women anymore is so freaking stupid because we did this to ourselves. Like, babe, let's sit down and think about this. Anytime a guy approached us in the past, we'd always like be like, oh my gosh, this man approached me. He was so creepy. He was so weird. Don't do this. Then these men are getting literally traumatized and being like, oh my god, I don't want to be a creep. And that's all they think about. We see these videos on social media about girls being like, oh my gosh, these men are such creeps because they approached me. They told me, oh, you're really beautiful. Some of these people probably came off in a creepy way, but if you're in a really respectful way and you're still getting that kind of response, yikes, I feel bad for you, man. But then girls on the flip side are being like, men just don't approach us anymore. Like, if a girl's pretty, go up and tell her, like, ask for her number. Like, men don't approach us anymore because we traumatized them. Like, how are we gonna sit here and be like, men don't approach us anymore? I'm so sad. Like, men, if you find a girl pretty, go up and ask for her number or something. Like, if you see us smiling at you, come approach us. It's like, no, they don't want to become a creep. Like, they don't want that like backfiring them on any sort of way and be taken as like a creep, a weirdo, a stalker, anything like that. So no shit, they're not gonna approach us. No, this has low-key been on my mind, and low-key infuriates me every time I see a girl being like, why don't men just approach the girl you like? Like, why don't girls approach us? Like, why don't men approach girls anymore? It's like, we literally did this to ourselves, guys. Let's think about this. Like, several of my guy friends have literally told me that they never want to approach a girl because they don't want to be seen as like creepy, a stalker, or weirdo, or don't want to make her uncomfortable. So they're like, I'd rather just not approach her, you know? Anyway, that's my rant. Thanks, guys. Bye.
So since men don't approach women, right? I guess I should start trying to go up to men. I live in New York City. Every single guy, head down, headphones on. No one looks approachable. Everyone's on their phone. No one's looking up. No one's looking at each other. No one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street and like tap him on the shoulder and be like, hello, are you single? That makes me go back to the beginning and being like, why am I the one that has to do this in the first place? I make sure that I have a pleasant expression on my face. I don't wear headphones in the street. I don't look at my phone when I'm walking in the street. Never once been approached. And I was talking to a guy that I matched with on Tinder. When I was talking to him on the phone, he ghosted me, by the way, because we literally had like the nicest phone call and he ghosted me. So I don't really know what that's about. It's freaking pussy. I was like, do you go up to girls in the street? He's like, no, hell no. Like, he was like hard no about it. I was like, what the hell? Like, seriously, like, you guys the men have the power, and that's why everyone's single. Women don't have the power. Like, we're seen as like too pushy or too aggressive or not feminine if we go up to guys. It's not fair. It really isn't. It's all of this is because men just refuse to approach.
So I just got back from this event, and what is wrong with men? They have lost the art of approaching. Like, if we make eye contact, and we make eye contact multiple times, that is your sign. That is your sign that I am interested, that the girlies are interested, and that is your sign for you to come up to us and talk to us, because that is the okay. What's funny is that my 50-year-old coworker was like, what's wrong with your generation? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, your generation, the men in your generation are a bunch of pussies. And it's like, and I'm like, what? They're like, nobody approaches women, and so like when I approach women, it makes me look like a weirdo because women are not used to getting approached anymore. And I'm like, I don't know about that. No, you know what? He was right, because I witnessed that today. I was like, wow, I was at this event, so many fine men made eye contact so many times with this one guy, kept fucking looking at me, and I kept looking at him. Nothing. It's like, okay, so like, you're not gonna say anything, bro? So like, do women have to do the approaching nowadays? Because that's not happening. If you think that's what's gonna happen, that's not what's gonna happen.
This is my proof that I think that the population is gonna slowly decline, because I am in a room of like 100 men, and not one of them has approached. I just think men this day and age don't want to date.
You guys know that 44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public, which is crazy, but also makes sense if you haven't been living under a rock. So if you're a man, a Gen Z, or whoever, and you don't know how to approach a woman in public, this is for you. Don't know why it gets so complicated so quick, guys. Just keep it simple. It doesn't even have to be like this special thing unless you have like a genuine compliment you want to give her. If it doesn't seem like she's doing something like crazy important, just go up to her and be like, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I saw you. I think you're beautiful, and I would love to get to know you more, or here's my number. If she's immediately like standoffish, rude, or says she has a boyfriend, just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry for interrupting you. I hope you have a great day. And guess what? If a woman is mean to you right off the bat when you give her a genuine compliment, you don't want to be with her anyways. And two, I think the key in all this is we are going to be pretty guarded from the get-go, though, to try to suss out the situation. But you can like read her and see that she has a positive response. I think you have the green light. And like the key in all of it is keep the convo super short, especially if she's with other people. And then like don't linger, because then that's just like creepy. That's creepy if anyone lingers. If a girl is lingering by you and you're like, why are you in my space? I don't know what it is, but recently I've kind of just had this like fuck it mindset with like dating and meeting people. And that's why I'm on dating apps like Cuffed and meeting new people, because it's just fun. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about the topic, but this is just mine. So yeah.
The exposure doesn't stop here. If you want to see exactly what happens when these identical double standards are tested against real-world data, click the video on your screen right now. Let's keep breaking down the numbers.